Hello, welcome to week 47 of Project 52, where each week we produce one new track for 1 year straight. And as the name suggests, this week we are making our 47th track of the year. So let's get right to it. Alright, week 47, we are back at it. It has been a lot of weeks in the year so far, hasn't it? And we still have a few to go. But let's just try to enjoy the rest of these weeks and make some cool music while we are at it. At least try to do so. But here is this week's project. I have already started the production a bit, as I often do. And I thought, as always, I would just first play you the idea, after which I'll just quickly go through the individual tracks that I have, and then we'll jump back into production and try to create a cool full arrangement out of the idea that we have so far. And let's see how it goes. I already have a few ideas that I almost did before I started the recording, but I thought maybe I'll just try to restrain myself and just press record on the camera, so maybe we can try to do most of the songwriting this week together. But let's see how it'll end up going. It could be that I'll just hit a total writer's block right away and we are not going anywhere today. You never know. It's Monday today, so we have a couple of days left before I have to release the video, which will be on Wednesday. If we are not able to finish the project today, we'll do it tomorrow, and then I'll still have some time to mix the track and also master it. So that's our plan. As said, I'll just first play you the idea so far. So here it is, week 47. I hope you like it. So last week we did something extremely heavy and aggressive, so I thought this week let's try to switch things up a bit and make something super chill and beautiful and kind of, well, just soothing music, which I really like doing. And I think this one has potential of becoming a pretty and warm sounding track, and I think I'll just try to go to that direction, and hopefully we are able to achieve that. But before that, as I promised, I'll show you the individual elements in the track, and I'll start with the drums as I always do, and within the drums I'll start with the kick drum, which I always have at the top of the drums group because that's usually the most important part in the drums anyway. So I'll try to keep these in the order of importance. Usually the next one is a snare as it is, or a clap as it is here as well. So the kick is a super basic one. As you can see, I had to do a lot of EQing here to get it fit in the mix, and the end result sounds like this. Without all the EQ, the kick sounded like this. Let's jump into the snare next. It's also a basic snare. It doesn't it's also super dry. Alright, then we have this hi-hat, which only comes in these sections and not in these ones. It sounds like this. And then in here, for some reason, I decided to just take away some of the high end. Then we have this group of 3 different percussion things. We also have 2 hi-hats, but I just decided to group these because I thought these were kind of the rhythmic elements in the drums. So first we have something like this. Then we have just a shaker or a hi-hat or whatever. And then lastly, just a hi-hat loop with SSF doing some volume automation and then some auto panning. Okay, those are all the drums. Let's move on to the bass, and it's just the basic sub bass with a bit of higher harmonics. Then we have the main sound, which is from Omnisphere, and it has a lot of processing already. Already I tried to mix this as best as I could because it's, I don't know, it's just easier to build around the track if the main sound that you're building the track around sounds good. So yeah, I ended up just adding a lot of EQ, and we have some dynamic EQ as well with TDR Nova, and then before those we have Nace, just mono in the bass, and then Grammy to just add a bit more character. And the main sound is, as I think I said, it's a preset from Omnisphere. I guess it's just like, I don't know, it's some sort of synth, but it sounds like a real piano. I don't know how it works. I just found it and decided to use it. Okay, enough of yapping. It sounds like this. And we're adding the noise with Grammy. I mean, it has some noise already, but I just wanted some more for the sustain, so this works pretty well for that. Okay, then the next one is just a piano for the second half. It's from Analog Lab. And then we have this group that's just adding some frequencies in the mids that we were missing. The first one is a preset from Analog Lab. It sounds like this. And the second one is a Faceplant patch that sounds like this. I'm not sure about this, but I needed some frequencies in the kind of 500 2K region, and yeah, this could be better, but I don't know. It's just there for now. Then lastly, we just have two effects. The first one is a reverse one that kind of leads into the track and also into the second section. Sounds like that, and we have further as for the reverb. And then the last track is just like a ride swell, apparently. We have further for that as well, and then we just have some EQ. So that is the project so far. It's pretty simple, and I intend to keep it simple, and hopefully I'm able to do that. So let's just continue production, and as I think this part is pretty good already, I thought we could just straight up continue with the next section that would be here. I already had kind of an idea of how the melody could change. So previously we are doing so I thought we could do something like that. Harder than expected. Oh, that took so long. I haven't talked in like 20 minutes or something. Okay, let's see if it even works. Okay, it works. I guess let's just move on. Should we repeat that? I don't think we should completely repeat it because it could sound odd. I know already that I want to add some cool reverb percussion into the drums as well, but let's work on the drums actually last this time. Let's try to figure out the arrangement first, which is actually maybe a better idea in terms of like getting the track finished. So let's first just try to figure out the major things and then let's dial into the details, which is how it should be every time, but I can't help touching small details that I want to do because otherwise I'm afraid that I'll forget about them. Okay, let's move on. Maybe F major. Major, but actually C major. No, it's not going to be C major. I want to add some strings here, I think. From the very beginning because otherwise I just don't have the context to make the call if this change here works or if we should do another one more similar to this. I still don't know. Now I have an idea. Sorry, I've not been talking very much because this week's production is basically just figuring out chords and notes. So I've been like trying to lock in and I've like totally forgot about the camera. I've already been recording for an hour and I don't think I've said anything again for the past 15 minutes or something. So I guess it's nice for you to also just hear the music. You're not here for me, I think, like for my voice. So maybe it's better that I don't talk. Maybe it's better that I just produce. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you rather just hear the production and me not talking at all in between, or do you kind of like that I ramble about irrelevant stuff in between. Okay, so I think we are just going to do a total scale change there. Okay, context. Maybe you just like continue for a while. That's kind of nice. That might be too much. Let's make it real quiet. Be yet again a new scale. Okay, maybe it's just better to go like that. I mean, we can't just keep on introducing new scales. We have to end the track sometime as well. Can we now go back to the original thing? The arrangement is so messy. It could be that it's fine. It could also be that it's too much. And I also noticed that I have 13% battery left in my camera. So I'll do my best to try to add the couple reverb things that I mentioned to the drums and maybe a couple other things as well before the camera runs out of batteries. And I think that should be it for this week, hopefully. I think that's fine. We need something in here because this is just too long. The place where we do just this. No, sorry. This section where we do. And then this just loops. And by the way, this is not the right sound, this one. I think I'll search for a better one tomorrow, but let's just quickly try to add some ear candy into the track and maybe some effects as well before we'll wrap up the video for week 47. So I was maybe thinking like a tambourine. That's terrible. No, not a tambourine, okay? I need to listen to it once more. Oh my god, 4% batteries. I think I need to do the outro. Alright, I'll figure out the ear candy later today off camera or maybe tomorrow. Most of the major stuff is already here and I think this is going to be the arrangement. So I guess this will be a good place to end. Alright, thank you so much again for spending yet another week with me producing these weekly tracks. It means a lot that you are watching these and that maybe you even enjoy these. I don't know, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, by the way, press the like button. And also, of course, if you would like to see the future videos that I will be releasing every Wednesday until the end of the year, be sure to be subscribed as well. If you're interested in producing these weekly tracks with me, you can join the Sixth Temple Discord server from the link down in the description. And on the server we have a Project 52 text channel where each week we share the tracks and give feedback to others. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, be sure to join. We would love to have you on the server. Alright, here is the finished piece that I will be finishing hopefully later today or maybe tomorrow if not today. I really hope you like it. Let me know in the comments what did you think of it. Would have you done something differently? I would love to hear your thoughts on my production and maybe some tips and tricks that you can give me for me to learn from. Next week, week 48, I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Let's figure that out together. So join me then. Have a good one. Bye-bye.